This morning I was reading through Haggai, and it's my first time reading that book, and it's only 2 chapters. Anywho, and there's this theme on prioritizing what is God's first. So to make a long story short, they're supposed to be building the temple of God, right? They've been supposed to build this. They started and then they stopped, and they're like, I could use this to build my own place, my own space, and be all nice. And here comes Haggai the prophet saying, no. The Lord is saying that y'all took the time to build your house, put up nice fandanglement. There's this word that was used to say, like, you even put up like this thing, which means like it's detail to the house. And God's temple is left in ruins. Like, what are you doing? Anyway, Haggai's rebuke to these people is that you need to reprioritize and rebuild. And I believe that is exactly what God is doing in my life. And if you came across this video, then he is doing this in your life as well. You need to reprioritize what is God's first. What has he called you to build? There is no more going to a temple to worship God, because he has created us as his temple. We gather as a church, which is very important for the church of God to come together and worship him together. However, we are the temple that houses his spirit at this point. What are we building? What have we stopped prioritizing that God is doing in us that you have started to do on your own? What area of focus has God called you to realign and reestablish in your mind, in your body, and even in your emotions that you have just left to the wayside? Have you stopped going to therapy? Have you stopped going to the gym? Have you stopped reading the word? Have you stopped doing the very things that he's asked you to do? Stop it. Reprioritize what God has called you to build and reestablish your relationship with God. Rekindle that fire now. It is building season, and God is looking for an occupying army in this time that he can trust to build and finish whatever it is that he's called us to start and complete, because he completes everything that he starts. So we need to get back to a place where we are rebuilding his temple with what we're watching, with what we're listening to, with what he's called us to do. Write, sing, write music, whatever it is, he is doing that now. So if I were you, I would get back to first things first and reprioritize God. Focus, double down. It is a new month and a new season. We taking back everything. We reclaiming territory. We reestablishing boundary lines that were broken. We're going back into the spaces that God has called us to rebuild, and we're just doing it. Period. That's it. That's all I have.